There's truth decay in our culture. Our culture loves the sweet ideas that you can believe anything you want. I mean, it's a sweet sounding idea, but it causes cavities in your brain. And this is evidence of it. Can something be true for you, but not for me? Well, I think the best way to start looking at it is take a real life situation, because truth involves real life and our real choices. So at the Cancer Center, we have people come in every week saying, is this cancer or not? And some people may say, well, it's not really changed that much. I don't think it is. Others might think it is. Those are their opinions. Those are their claims. Those are their thoughts. But there is a bottom line reality. Either it is cancer or it's not. And in this unfortunate person's case, it was. So the answer, can something be true for you but not for me? We're going to start off right now, just give you the answer. No. You can have subjective opinions, claims, or beliefs. So individuals can have their own opinions and beliefs in that, but all truth is absolute. It's universally true, objectively true for all people. And that's what we're going to show. So that's the key point to this. All right. We need to start with definitions because most people get confused in their logic because they don't even know what they're talking about the same thing. So here's some definitions we're going to work with. Subjective opinions or your perceptions or your claims or your beliefs. Those are the way that individuals like us think things are. Now notice these are always based on the subject. They're based on you and your experience and your perceptions. They're based on your opinions and beliefs. Reality, on the other hand, that's just the way things are. Reality is what it is. Truth, and I just yanked this from the dictionary, is that which is true or in accordance with reality. If something fits reality, then it's true. And it's either true or false for all people, at all times, in all places. It's absolutely true or absolutely false. There is no such thing as relative or subjective truth. They don't exist. They contradict themselves. We'll get into that. All right, so let's start with an example. My friend did a documentary. It's on Amazon Prime, or Amazon now, you can get it. It's called Crazy Hot, and he did it on chili peppers around the world. While he was doing it, he asked me to eat a Moruga scorpion with him, which was brutal. Now, here's this guy. Let's say you have this subject, and he ate one of those Moruga scorpions, and it tore him up. And he's just like, this is the most brutal fruit that ever existed. It causes pure agony. I hate this fruit. I hate that you made me eat it. And he's just in agony. Other people, I've seen other people chew a whole one of these things down, and they're like, well, it was spicy, but it gave good flavor. So these are two very different claims or perceptions or opinions that are based on the subjects involved. The only thing you can say about the object itself, now, can you claim, is it relatively true that they're brutal fruits or whatever? That's not a relative truth. All truth is absolute. That's his opinion based on himself, the subject. As far as the object, the Moruga scorpion, here's the only thing you can say about its heat. It averaged 1.2 million Scoville heat units when measured in 2012 by the New Mexico State University department that did it. That is objectively true for all people at all places and all times, that this is a fact. Now, as far as, this is where people get confused. They're like, no, but it's true that he was brutalized by that fruit. Okay, now do you see what you did? Now you turned the guy not into the subject, but now he's the object. Now, if you want to make a claim that this guy was destroyed by the fruit, then yes. He is now the object, though. It is objectively true that he was destroyed by the fruit. And anyone else researching this, if a guy in China 100 years from now, if he researched this guy and how he reacted to fruit, he'd find out, yeah, it destroyed him. All right, so now this is where it does get confusing. We only have 10 minutes, so you're not gonna get a thorough understanding of it, but just have this in mind because now we're gonna apply it to bigger stuff. The question about your beliefs, whether there's a God or not, and especially here's an objective truth claim, it's either true or false for everybody. Jesus in John 14:6 said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. This is a claim that Jesus made, and the Bible also made of him, that we are currently in a separated position from a holy God. And we can have that relationship restored if we accept the work that Jesus did for us. And if we don't, then the natural consequences is we're going to be separated. That is an objective claim. It is either true for everybody or not true for everybody. Now, you'll have different subjects. For example, you have the woman who's pointing, and maybe she's just saying, you know what, no, take your stupid claim away from me. I've had bad stuff happen in my life, and that's if there's a God, he would. So she's laying the blame on God, and I don't believe it. I don't want it. Okay, well, that's her subjective opinion or belief. You have another person who said, yeah, I reached out to him, and now I have a relationship with him, and I have evidence that he is who he claimed to be. Okay, but you know what? In the end, reality doesn't give a care what either of them or any of us think. What our opinions, our perspective, our subjective, anything, reality doesn't care. Reality is going to show us that either Jesus did die and raised from the dead to verify his authority, and it's true, or it isn't. It's one or the other, no matter what we think. And this is the most impactful choice we can make, and it's an absolute truth. All right, now I'm going to give you 2 application points to kind of summarize this. Anyone who says truth doesn't, like, here's some examples. Some people say, well, truth, absolute truth doesn't exist. I mean, you can make fun of it and say, is that absolutely true? And you just kind of expose that's not really logical. But here is an application way for you to pretty much knock down any challenge against truth. You can expose it by just giving it to a common sense experience in life. For example, let's say you're driving 140 miles an hour in a school zone, and now you're hauled up before the judge. Let me ask you a question. Are any of the objections to truth gonna work for you in real life? Can the judge say, man, you were going 140 in a school zone? Can he say, well, that's true for you, but not for me? What do you think the judge is going to say to that? Can you use any of these objections to truth? The judge is going to probably give the look he's given right there. He's like, no, we got a video of it. We have a video from a squad car from it. We have eyewitness testimony. But you're claiming it's true for you, but not for me? No, it's true for everybody that you're done. All right. So application 1 is just give a situation like this and it exposes, oh, it's true for you, but not for me, is ridiculous. It doesn't work in common sense or in life. Here's application point number 2 and kind of the summary. The key point is, if you want to know, can something be true for me and not for you? Here's the key point. No. You can have different opinions, claims, or beliefs based on the different subjects, the different people. But all truth is absolute truth. It's absolutely true or absolutely false for all people. And application point number 2 is there is an absolute truth regarding Jesus's claim. Either he did die and resurrect to verify his claim that he is the way for us to get a pardon and to restore that relationship with God, or it's not. So the bottom line is, no matter what you believe, the truth is it's either true or false. And reality is going to bring the consequences. Reality does not care about your subjective opinions, what you believe about Jesus at all. Reality is just going to say, his claim is either true or false, and you're going to have the consequences based on whether you were standing and based your life on what was true or what was inaccurate.